Hey, Jen, how's it going?
It's going great.
Awesome. So, welcome everybody to the Marketing Duo podcast. This is your go-to show for smart, actionable marketing strategies and mindset shifts designed to help ambitious female founders work smarter, not harder.
And who doesn't need that? Every time I hear it, I'm all, yeah, that's what I need.
Yes, it's a good reminder, right? Welcome to the Marketing Duo podcast, the podcast where marketing experts Cinthia of Digital Bloom IQ and Jen of Jen Vasquez Media come together to share their wealth of knowledge and insights on scaling your business.
Each episode, Cinthia and Jen dive into the latest marketing strategies, mindset shifts, and also growth tactics specifically designed for ambitious female founders who are tech savvy and eager to enhance their marketing game.
Whether you're looking to fine-tune your approach or discover innovative ways to accelerate your business, the Marketing Duo podcast provides actionable tips and inspiring conversations to help you reach your goals.
Tune in for a blend of practical advice and empowering discussions tailored to help you thrive in the ever-evolving digital landscape.
So me and Jen were chatting, as we usually do, about just all the different things that can happen to you when you have your own business. And one maybe part of having a business is when things don't go your way, and when you lose a client, or when that launch you put all this time and effort didn't go the way you wanted to, or just both expected and unexpected things. And what I wanted to talk about, and what I was curious to chat with you, Jen, was what we do, what our tools are to not just process the shitty things, let's say, because they suck, but also
bad.
Yeah, like what we do to stay creative and stay on our feet. And one thing like I've been working on is embracing that, that unexpected, not great thing as an opportunity to be more creative and to be innovative. Because sometimes, I'm curious what you think, but do you think innovation happens in the safe place or in the uncomfortable place?
Uncomfortable
No.
space. No, let me just break this down. So there's times when I have like an opportunity, maybe a speaking opportunity or something like that. I feel a whole bunch of resistance and stress but I know it's good for my business, and then I'll like push through after.
Yeah.
But like I find innovation totally fun. I like taking an idea like this after a deep dive and then putting together a whole episode or blog or whatever on it and a tracker. That's my happy place when I'm creating something new and doing something that I think will be great for my business. But there are times when I feel the resistance and stuff too.
Yeah, or even something that can be perceived as a problem. I feel like there's an opportunity to keep that problem label. And again, it's hard because I want to be sensitive that things suck sometimes. And there's nothing like you're allowed to feel bad, basically, I want to say. And there's also an opportunity to change the label and say, okay, is this an opportunity? Is this something? So let me give you an example. So one of the services that we provide in the agency is we do podcast pitching. And we basically are like a PR firm for our clients, right? So we pitch them to news and media, we pitch them to podcasts, we pitch them to just different reporters. And I was looking at this service, and it wasn't a profitable part of my business. Like basically we were losing money for different reasons. And so I turned to my account manager and I told him, look, this is an important part of what we do with our clients. And I feel that having this gets them the results they get some good results, and it complements with everything else we do. And I don't know that many other agencies that do something like this in the way we do it. So I was just passionate about that. So at the time when we brought it up, it was a problem because it was kind of a financial problem, if you will. And so we started to look at it, and suddenly we were thinking, well, there must be a service that exists out there that scrapes podcast information and gives it to you so that we don't need to go out and do all that initial research.
The actual research piece is the hardest and the longest piece.
So we realized that's where we weren't, it wasn't the best part of the service for us, because it was just very expensive to do that research. And it wasn't necessarily
for manual labor, like for the actual paying the people that do that work. Yes.
And it's not the part where you need to necessarily, like, if there was a clear reason why we should do that research, but there wasn't. It's like this research already exists out there. And we started to find that there are actually multiple tools that will get you the information. And so suddenly something that started out as a problem turned into an opportunity. And now we're able to do that service better because we were presented with this block, right? And so that's one example. Now, I'm saying that at the time it was stressful. At the time it was like frustrating, because it's like, why won't this just, I want this just to work. Like, usually when we're presented with problems in our life, some of us, me, I just like want the problem to go away and resolve by itself. And like, I don't want to see any more problems. Right. But now looking back, it's like, thank God that happened, because we're now able to keep doing it, do it better, and make money from that and be profitable. Right. So it's like a win for everybody. So that's just one example, but I'm curious, Jen, like, what are your tools for confronting problems, financial in the business, or even like having a slow month where you're kind of like, what do I do to generate sales this month?
Yeah. I lost 2 clients last month, and it's rare that happens for us, but both of them said it's the economy. They're just stopping all expenses at this point, and that is just to keep their business moving forward.
Right.
Fully understand that, have no problems. I know they'll come back when they're ready. Like, that's a whole thing. But when it happens, it feels like, well, I've never gotten like punched in my stomach, but like when you get punched in your stomach and you're kind of like you can't breathe, and it feels like I always have that moment when that's happening. And I breathe through it, obviously. And I usually remove myself from wherever I am and whatever I'm doing, and go outside, or go get a hot tea, or go somewhere, or, read a book for a little bit, because it'll work itself out in my brain. But what I do when something like that happens, because I know there's not another, I'm losing 2 different pay dates basically in the revenue situation. The very first thing that I do is look at expenses.
Right.
The number one way anybody can become profitable when they're not profitable, and the easiest way versus trying to get clients, is to cut expenses. That's truly what we can control. We literally can't control getting clients. We can do the content, we can do all outreach, we can do all kinds of things. But the first thing I do is look at all my expenses. What do I have because I liked it, or it was nice? And do I really need it? So I usually will stop and look at my finances at that point and see where I can cut to make myself first feel less like I'm going to vomit. And then, and then I always focus on closest to the dollar. So for instance, when this happened, I immediately threw up a bunch of family sessions, because every year I do family mini sessions, just because I have a ton of wedding clients that come back year after year for family photos. And it's a huge influx of income, right? Or if if I'm losing 2 clients, that's more time. I'm going to increase my content. Maybe I'm going to do 2 videos a week or 2 blogs a week in one video or whatever it is. I look at all of that. Then I go to my list of consultation calls and people that I haven't followed up with, because I'm horrible at following up with people. Like, I'm like, here's my stuff. And then business wise, marketing wise, you're supposed to follow up 3 times minimum. I am horrible at it. I already know this. I probably need to get one of my team members to do this.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing I go to, is that whole list. And I say, okay. And I check in with each one of them. We have a spot open this month. Blah, 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 blah. Right.
Yeah.
That's working, what I like to say, working closest to the dollar.
Yeah.
Where is the easiest way to bring in money?
Yeah.
The other thing is to sadly cut some time from my team members as well, because I'm going to have to take that time on, because I am never going to not pay someone.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's one of the things. Hey, we just lost 2 clients. Hours are going to go down from 20 to 12 or 10 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just kind of what you have to do.
Yeah.
And then the third thing that I will do is instantly join all of the marketing things that I do and then stop doing.
Yeah.
Because I have no time. Go out and offer to speak in groups, because that can build up my education side of my business.
Yeah.
Again, it's all working closest to the dollar.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I agree. I feel like one thing that I've been trying to do is, if there's something unexpected or something just was not planned for, I try to take some moment. Like, I definitely have a freak out moment, a moment of like, okay, I just need to clear my energy, get out of my house, or
get out of my head.
Get out of my head. Yeah. But I also take it as an opportunity to ask myself, like, what's the real fear here? Like, what's triggering? Because of course, like losing an income stream or a revenue stream, is just impacts you right away. But I've also tried to remind myself that the safety that I feel is something I create for me inside. And so if I can connect with that first before I go out and do whatever I'm inspired to do, and like sometimes it's almost like it oxygenates the brain a bit better so that I get better ideas. And because sometimes the good idea that generates revenue isn't something crazy. It's like the simplest thing, right? Or something small, like moving, if you do more things, then the probability is that there's more opportunities. But sometimes it's about just the right thing with the right energy that can get you further. So I've been really working on like aligning my intention, my energy, trying to get myself into, again, if I'm freaking out, I'm freaking out. Like it's
nothing's gonna, I'm like, oh, that's more time to do the things that I haven't been able to do in my business. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not at that point when I find out.
Right. No.
I'm probably not at that point for a good week.
Yeah.
I'm in kind of like I said, investigative mode.
Yeah.
Where can I cut costs? Where can I do this? Like, I mean, that's why I've been in business since 2009, because I hate the word, but truly, like, that's my hustle moment.
Yeah.
That's the moment when you're gonna create a new service, create a new, like, whatever. I have to get into creating to get out of the ick that I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. And also just talking about it and normalizing it. Like, it's just part of business. Even investors who have tons of money and like, they still need to adapt and they still need to pivot. Like, this is, like I was saying before, it's an opportunity potentially to innovate and to find something new, and to also trust that, I don't know, I've just been working on trusting that I'm always safe and that like every decision I make is always moving me forward. And whether it is from like a hustle mode or from a more chill mode, it's like, it's all in the right direction.
Yeah. I agree. And I feel like at the end of the day, taking action gets you out of that stress.
Too. Yeah.
Whatever action it is, right?
Yeah.
But over the years, I've learned those 3 areas that I go and focus on, because
That's
for
like
me, that is what has worked.
Yeah.
And like just yesterday, I just checked in with, I have, you have those people who are like, oh my gosh, I want to do this so bad. And then they're like, okay, but I got to wait until this happens, or I got to wait till that happens. Those are the first people I reach out to.
Yeah.
So, hey, are you ready now?
Yeah. The follow-ups are so powerful, and your business. I was just talking with someone on my team today, and it's like a funny thing, because I have a marketing company, right? But she was laughing at me because I was saying that after I talked to a lead on the phone, I know a lot of people, once you talk to someone, you're potentially hiring them, they automatically add you to their email list. And I was telling her that I felt kind of weird doing that without asking the person, because I don't know. Sometimes I've been added to email lists where I'm like, why did you add me? Like, I didn't want that, and I'll unsubscribe. And she's like, Cinthia, you're a marketing company. Of course you're going to add them to your list. Like, you shouldn't even think twice about it. And it's like, it's funny the ways we block ourselves from like the easy things where we just get in our own heads. And that's why it's great to have a team to reflect, like, it's normal to add someone to an email list when they showed interest in your service. And yes, they can unsubscribe whenever they want, but if anything, you're doing them a service. So there's just like little things where when you're stuck in a rut, or you're feeling triggered by a situation, by your past, we're all triggered. We all have our stories. We all have our, whatever memories and things that go on in our head. And it's okay to ask for help and to go out there and like look for different ways to shift the energy, right? And anyway, I think it's important for us to talk about it, because it's normalized, especially with social media. We all show sometimes the best versions of everything, and we don't show when we lose clients, or when we have a revenue dip, or when we're struggling with cash flow or whatever. It's like, these are all normal parts of owning a business, and it's okay to get help, and it's okay to not know all the answers, and just keep moving things forward. Like you said, take action, take the baby step, whether it is just reaching out to one person, that already can change the opportunities that are out there for you. Or
even creating a blog. I mean, it sounds so simple.
Yeah.
But like, even though you create blogs like every week, just creating an extra blog could be the reason why someone reaches out to you, right? And you can also have a sale, right? I know a lot of my friends who are female founders, when this happens, the first thing they do is start a sale, a sale for services, or a limited time discount, or like, and some people say, I never discount, and that's totally fine. So it's whatever you want to do. But in these situations, it's pulling yourself out of negativity and feeling like failure, because it's not, but that's how it feels. And it's getting into the positive, getting into things that can help down the road. I'm very rarely a negative person, but when a client quits, and even if I totally agree with them to quit, it doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't feel good
at all.
And that's good. That means you care about what you do, and you want to succeed. And
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, I was talking to someone who was in a job recently, and I was asking them, because they had an opportunity for a promotion, and I was like, are you excited? It's like, I can't wait. Like, this sounds exciting. And their answer was like, I guess. And I was like, oh, like, ick, like, you don't care? It doesn't, like, on the inside, I didn't say that.
No, of course.
Because it wasn't, I didn't feel comfortable telling that person that.
No.
But it was like, she really didn't care whether it went one way or another. And I was like, that's the worst way to live. Like, I really don't choose that life. Like, if I'm going to do something, I will do it with passion and with heart, and because I really want this to work.
Yes.
And yes, I will be disappointed, and yes, things won't go my way, but what an incredible I don't know. I feel like it's just a much more meaningful life
Yeah.
when you're choosing, what you're really wanting to work for you.
Well, and I will also point out, I was a single mom for 4 years, and I chose jobs that paid well, even though I wasn't going to like it,
Yeah.
because that was the season of my life to
Yes.
support my kids and
Absolutely.
myself, right?
Yeah.
So I want to make sure for those of you out here who might be listening and are
Yes.
and are
But
really
that's
going through
meaningful.
yes,
That's
and
a
are going through a
different,
struggle.
yeah.
But that's part of launching my business.
Yeah.
Was never, ever having to do this again.
Yeah.
Never having to do a job or work for a company that I didn't fully love and embrace. I just am not ever doing it again.
But you did it for
But
your kids.
there's moments.
That's the meaning. So this person didn't say to me, you know what? I really
Because I
don't
have
really
to
care.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't care, but I'm doing it for the money because I want to support whatever, like whatever the next dream is. Right. And maybe you didn't know your dream yet. And so maybe someone listening is like, I am doing it for the money. But if you feel like there's something else out there for you, like do it for the money and worked towards the thing.
Yes.
Like there's nothing wrong with the money. I do it for the money too. But like, I think that it's not about being the saint that doesn't care about money. It's about just being conscious about the choices we're making. And when when you lose clients or, if I lose a client, like it's frustrating because I want this thing to work. And I'm really, every single client it's just an important part of, it's not even about the client and the money. It's almost like I really just want this to work for them.
I don't want to do anything unless I'm giving it my all.
Yes.
And I don't want to give my all to everything. Yeah. That was part of learning when to say no to a client who wants to work with you. Yeah. It feels so wrong.
Yeah.
But like when I gave up weddings, I had a $5,000 wedding that somebody said, I want you to do this wedding. I don't want anybody else. I'll give you $5,000. And I had to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't, but I will refer you to my friends who are beautiful and amazing and do great photos. Because I know that was not the work I wanted to do anymore.
Right.
I knew, and how I knew was I made the decision I wasn't going to do it anymore. And the relief I felt.
Yes.
I can't even put into words.
Yeah.
The relief I felt. I probably should have done it 2 years ago, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready financially, mentally, all the things. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Anyway, I agree. If you don't there was a book that came out years ago, I think probably in 2000, maybe. It says work like a dog or something like that. And the whole point of the book was dogs are happy. Like dogs enjoy their life. I mean, you can tell because they're so happy and they're so loving with you and all the things, right? And the point was, if you find a job that you love, you'll never have to work again.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel the work that I do, it doesn't feel like work until I overwhelm myself and work too many hours. But really like that, because that's how enjoyable it is to me. I enjoy the work I do.
Yeah. Me too.
And so I'm hopeful every person out there is doing exactly what they love and find joy in doing, because then it's not work again, unless you burn the candle at both ends.
Yeah.
Which of course I do that too on occasion.
Can I read another oracle card? That's like
it's like a balance. What are those things? A teeter totter? I don't know what they're called. Where the kids sit on both ends and they go up and they go down. There is no thing as work-life balance. There, in my opinion, there really is no thing as work-life balance. It's about being up when you want to be up and taking time off, or being relaxed when you want to relax. Like it's a constant balance. It's I don't think it's ever black and white when you're an entrepreneur.
No, it's kind of mixed. It's all very mixed together.
Well, I loved this episode. We'll have to definitely follow up on it again. But as of right now, that's a wrap for this episode of the Marketing Duo podcast. If you found this conversation helpful, share it with a fellow founder who could use some inspiration from today. And don't forget to subscribe so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop. We will see you back here soon. Keep building your business with ease and with impact. Bye.
Hi, Jen.